what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready to go out with the new for this week's daily race. Has been made a return from fan favorites on Gran Turismo Sports. So looks like this is going to get everything. We'll be able to have an N200 race on Fuji International Speedway. So this is going to be able to have a guess is the Toyota 86 GT versus Subaru BRZ for another round of the race. Group 3 is going to be able to race at Autodrome Lago Maggiore Grand Prix on the reverse course layout. And Super GT is going to be able to race on Autopolis International Racing Course. So this is going to get everything. We'll be prepared for having a return moment to be able to get started. So let's just going to go and get ready to take on for the Fuji International Speedway short track for 4 laps. So this one might be able to have 2 cars to be available to choose from. So gonna make sure to be able to start with the Subaru BRZ 2015 will also to begin. So let's go and get ready to race and get prepared. So before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for your entertainment. So let's go and get ready to race and let's get started. As we all set up to be prepared for having a good one-make race for a twin sports car, we're also going to get ready. So this is going to get everything. We'll be able to do the usual way. We're always going to take a lot of perfection. We might be able to be ready. So good thing that this is going to be able to have an encore moment. We'll be able to have what it takes to be able to do plenty of good practice. We might be able to keep it up. We'll always go in for. Now let's just going to be able to take plenty of turns as we know the drill. So this is going to get everything. We'll be able to be ready. So gonna make sure to be able to have a good clean race. We're always going to be able to have plenty of impressive skills. We might be able to keep up. We'll also to stay for a good racing mobility. We're always going to be able to keep up. But as we all know, because taking inside turns is always been usual for the Subaru BRZ S and the Toyota 86 GT, it is going to be like giving a lot of plenty of practice is going to get everything we'll be going in for. Now let this be only for one good encore race. We're always going to get ready to get started, so I hope everybody is ready to go. So this will be able to have a good clean race to get started, but this will be able to do the one challenging way from last week. So this week we'll be able to do differently. Gonna make sure that this will always gonna be able to keep up. We're always gonna keep going faster. We might need to take a lot of handling. We're also gonna take the perfection. It's gonna get everything we'll be started out for. Now this is gonna be able to take the grid start. We'll be ready, and here we go. Green light is on the road to be able to rev up and get started. Now this is gonna be able to take the good start. We're also gonna be able to catch up onto first place. This wheel might be able to take a lot of perfection. Wheel might be need to take a lot of few turns. It's going to get everything going in for. Got to keep it well careful. So this is going to be quite very tighten up on it because every racer always wants to be able to take a good opening spot. So this is definitely might be quite pretty hard to happen. So don't want to get everything to be forced off on it. So that was definitely might be having a lot of handling troubling in for this one. Oh man, can't believe it, that was so close. I thought that this is going to be able to take plenty of good turns. We might be able to have a clean race, but it is definitely might be able to have one basic driver. It is definitely might be able to take the challenge. We might be able to keep up. Well, it is going to be quite very tough to be able to make sure if we had to make everything to be able to take some good racing progress out there. So dirty race is definitely might be not count for it. So gonna make sure to be very careful not to have any collision going on because this is all about taking a lot of good clean race out there. We're also going to be able to take a lot of good training. We're always going to keep up for our sportsmanship rating. Gotta make sure to catch up with the rest. It's going to be quite very longer it takes. We might be able to have 2 segments. We're always going to be able to do a perfection moment. We might be able to keep it up on it. So gotta make sure that this is going to be able to take plenty of handling that, as we all know, since the last time on this race, because it is definitely might be quite pretty easy going, but this is going to be able to take a tough challenge. We might be able to take plenty of more efforts. We might be able to give everything what we could for. But at least that this is definitely might be able to do very much well, since we just raced on the Toyota AE86 for a one-make race, but it was definitely might be doing good to be able to have differences of each category type of one-make race is going to get everything. Ruby might be doing well to see it. But we always do enjoy one-make race. It is going to be quite taking a lot of good standard competition. It is going to be very important out there, folks. This one might do well to be able to have a good support with two manufactured car brands in the same model. It definitely might be quite giving a good remarkable to be able to have a good run. We're always going to be able to have a good time. We're always going to be able to take plenty of good practice before we will get started for the race. Now, this is definitely might be able to have plenty of turns since we just did for a while, so it might help. But gonna make sure to be able to keep up. The turn is gonna be quite very risky, so gonna make sure that this is gonna be able to take plenty of few turns. It's gonna be quite very harder to get, so gotta make sure to be able to keep a good eye out on our racing mobility if we have to make sure to be able to have that radar to be in use, because it was quite pretty tough. So it might be need to be able to take some time. Might be able to keep up for a concentration. It's going to get everything going in for. Now, hope we just did definitely what we have to do to be remembered. So it will be able to take plenty more time. It's going to get everything we'll be able to keep going in for. But it will always going to take a good balance. We might be able to drive faster as much as possible whenever we can get. But it will take some time, so we all know that this is going to be able to have this for another good return for this one-make race. We'll also be able to have a racing recall to be able to going in for. So that was definitely might be able to have a one best moment to be able to enjoy a good race. It's everyone's fan's favorite for having a good one-make race. We'll be able to drive faster. We're always going to be able to keep our sportsmanship rating. We're always going to go up. And driver rating as well to be able to take plenty of good mobility racing skills. We're always going to be able to keep up. We're always going to keep it clean and keep it better. Might be needs to take plenty of good precision. Now, this is going to be able to have that first turn to be able to make it nice and tight. Almost had that grip, so going to make sure to keep it together. So almost had that effort is going to need to take. So this is definitely might be need to do a little bit more time of the practice. It's going to get everything we'll be able to going in. Alright, this is going to be able to take a little bit more time. Now, this is going to be able to take that breaking point, so this is definitely might be able to do a little bit more runs going on for it. So gotta make sure to take the slipstream for taking a reminder, folks. This is gonna get everything. Might catch up to the rest onto the top four, so this is gonna be able to take a little bit longer. Might be able to find a good perfect turn. It is gonna be quite very tricky, so this is gonna be able to take plenty more turns. It's gonna get everything. We'll go a little dive in. Might be able to have a little gap effect. Might be able to get everything nearby close. Now, looks like this is going to be able to get closer. So close to call, so this one might be able to take the last turn. We might be able to proceed forward onto the final lap of the race. So this is going to be able to take two parts of the segment. It's going to get everything we'll be able to going in. So each video segment will also be able to have one part, so it'll be able to have two parts, and then the merge part we'll be able to do well for. So this is definitely might be able to have plenty of few segments. It's going to get everything. Might need to be able to have a good race to entertain. So this is going to get everything. We're always going to keep going faster. Might be able to stay on top of the position. So going to make sure to move on in onto fifth place. Might be able to take the upper hand. It's going to get everything. We'll be getting closer. Got to make sure that this turn is going to be able to take a lot of perfection. It's going to get everything we're going in for. Now, looks like the three are definitely might be able to take plenty of good turns. Might be able to keep their mobility to keep it together. So it will be able to take plenty of few gap distance is going to be able to going in. So looks like Detroit 007 is definitely might be slowing down. So going to make sure to keep it hold. Is going to get everything, has to be able to keep it steady. Now that one definitely might be pretty close, but gonna make sure to take some time. We're always gonna be able to take a lot of patience out there. It's gonna get everything. We might take some time. We're always gonna be able to make one full step of the overtake. It's gonna be quite very contested. Gonna make sure to let the other drivers will go in and then make one good clear pass. We might be able to going in for. All right, going on the elevation. So let's check some corners. It's gonna get everything. Will take perfection. Check those corners, everyone. This is going to be able to take some inside turns. It's going to get everything we'll be going in for. Only one more lap, so this is going to be able to take the full stretch. It's going to get everything going in. All right, here we go. Going to take some good slipstream. We'll be able to going in, so hope this is definitely might be able to have the top 3 drivers are about to be able to get a good finish. So you gotta make sure that this is gonna be able to take a lot of good speed. We might be able to race up. Okay, looks like this is gonna be able to have a 5th place finish. So it was doing good. So it will might be able to keep up. We're always gonna be able to do perfectly for the best. So that was a very good race for having a good encore run on Fuji Speedway for Toyota 86 GT and Subaru BRZ S. It definitely might be quite even a good time to be able to take a good run again. We're always going to be able to keep up. We'll always do the best. It's like having a practice. So gonna make sure to be able to have a lot of good perfection out there. So this is definitely might be doing good to be able to have a good clean race. We're always going to be able to have a good race position. Is going to be able to take a lot of work out there. So well, it was definitely might be doing good to be able to have a 5th place finish. So gonna make sure to keep going faster. We're always going to be able to take a lot of good perfection out there. So this is definitely might be able to have some good earnings will be needed in case. So that was doing good. Almost there to be able to reach out the daily workout. So this is definitely might be doing good. So well, it was neutral since other racers are definitely might be getting close by getting a little bit bumping in onto each other. So it is quite very contested since the first lap of the race is going to be quite very challenging for it. So it was doing good. So let's just going to go and get ready to get started. So this will might be able to wrap this up in the first part, and then it's time to go for the next part to begin. We are ready to go to get started for the second part. So this is going to be able to have the Toyota 86 GT to be ready on the track. So this will might be able to take a lot of faster skills, just like the Subaru BRZ S. So this is going to be able to take a lot of good clean race. We might be able to be prepared for this one, folks. This will might be able to take a promising moment. We're always going to be able to have 2 parts, and the other parts by 2 is going to get everything. We'll be able to make a lot of good segments. We'll be able to get prepared for. So always going to be able to take the first part and the conclusion. This will might be able to take perfection race. Will might be able to be important. We're always going to be able to have a good one-make race to be able to get started. Gonna get ready to be able to take the warm-up to be able to get started on the first turn, and then taking on the second through third turn is going to be able to take much easy, simple. So gonna make sure to be able to take a lot of handling. We might be able to keep it well hold while going in on the acceleration. It's gonna get everything will be well perfection out there. So this one might be able to drive fast. We might be able to keep it up. So this is gonna be able to get started on to the mid-lower position. So this is going to be able to take the challenge. We might be able to climb up onto the top position. So starting out in 9th place, this will be able to take plenty of racing exercise. We might be able to go faster. We're going to be able to keep it up. Now this is going to be able to have a good grid start to be able to get ready for this race. So more Toyota 86 GT and less Subaru BRZ S is going to be able to take the one-make race. We'll be able to get ready, because this is going to be able to have a one race for a rivalry showdown will always going to be able to begin. So be remembered, folks, try not to get bumped onto each other before and after the first turn is going to be quite very risky, so we're going to make sure to keep it well steady up on the maintain. It is going to be quite very tougher for us if we have to make sure to be able to take plenty of perfection. It's going to be able to do a lot of risk. It's going to get everything we'll be able to going in. Now this is going to be able to take one group lineup. We're always going to be able to stay steady. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take a little bit more hard time, so going to make sure to be able to have two cars for taking a turn is going to get everything will be well easier to be contested to be made to do it. Going to make sure to take a lot of perfection out there. Will might be able to take a lot of handling is going to get everything will be able to going in. Taking a good turn, so currently move on in onto 7th place. Going to be able to have a good race position, so this one might be able to keep it well monitored and checked while always going to be able to overtake some opponents. So this one might be able to add by 1, so this is definitely might be able to keep a number of checks of each race position by the overtake. So this is going to be able to keep it up. Will might be able to make correction. Is going to get everything will be well made to be able to count. Okay, we got one driver just definitely might have one mistaken turn, so this one might be able to try again for the next lap. So gonna make sure to keep it well maintained to be able to keep our racing mobility. We're always gonna keep it together. But this is gonna be able to take plenty of practice, so if anybody thinks that this is gonna be able to have a good race, this will be our practice round to be able to get our speed. We're always gonna keep up and taking a lot of handling. We're always going to be able to take a lot of good perfection for a one-bound race. Is going to get everything. We'll be able to do 50% chance. We're always going to keep our racing mobility. We'll do taking the right moments. So this one might be able to take plenty of speed. We might be able to catch up. Here we go. This is going to be able to take the first turn. So this has to be able to make a one good correction improvement. Maybe under another list. If anything happens, don't want to get slammed in onto each other by taking one tap. That's going to be a little bumpy out there, so going to make sure to drive carefully because this one might be able to take plenty of precision work. It's going to get everything going in. But this one might be able to have 2 more laps remaining, so we could still do it because this one might be able to catch a lot of perfection on each turn. It's going to get everything well prepared. Okay, wrong perfection turn, so this one might easily be able to let the opponents will might pass through while other drivers are still trying to be able to perform a perfection turn. It is going to be quite very challenging ways to be able to go in. Now this one might move back in onto 7th place. Gonna make sure to be able to find a good perfection out there. Will might be able to make one good racing exercise that's gonna get everything going in. Just going to keep it holding in while going on the hillside elevation. Upper hill is going to get everything we'll be going in for. Keep it nice and tight. One more turn. So this is going to be able to take us back onto the full stretch on the straight. This will might be able to do perfectly. Will might need to take. But that will might make other opponents might be able to overtake that easily. So this will might be able to have a slipstream. Will might be able to raise up the acceleration. Will might be able to catch up. So this will might be able to make it 5th speed. So gonna make sure don't lose that line of a sight. Will might be able to perform one good acceleration out there. This one might be able to move on in onto the next lap. There you go. This is gonna be able to take plenty of good turns, so gonna make sure to avoid any mistakes. Just gonna be very careful not to slam it onto any opponents in a mid-slow effect. So this is definitely might be able to keep it well steady by taking a turn. We're always gonna be able to have a little risk. Okay, going in onto the 90R turn, so this is going to be able to take one good moderation step. It's going to get everything will getting closer. Okay, he did pretty well. Dodging an opponent will might be able to keep his racing mobility, will keep it together. This will might be able to take a lot of racing exercise, will might be able to go in. But now, this is going to be able to have the hardest part before we're about to be able to take the turn, is going to get everything going in, while the opponent is definitely might be able to try to go in. So braking points is going to be quite necessary. So this is going to be quite very easy wide open. So going to make sure to be able to find a good turn to be able to perform a dodging effect. But it happens all the time, so going to make sure to be very careful by the penalty if you already got a 0.5 seconds by the mark on the red. So this is definitely might be able to keep it well monitored check. So going to keep it well steady up and stay on the tarmac of the track. It's going to get everything, will be able to have a safe zone, will be able to going in. So here we go. This is going to be able to take a little bit more chance to be able to have one or two overtakes by giving this moment. So we'll be able to be on the way onto the final lap. So this is going to be able to take a lot of perfection. We're always going to be able to keep it up. We'll might be able to stay on track. Here we go, final lap. This could be our only final stage that this is going to be able to take plenty of training work. We'll might be able to keep it up. We'll do the exercise. We're always going to be able to keep it up on it. Gonna make sure that the first turn is quite slightly the risk. Gonna make sure to make a very good perfection out there, folks. By using the Toyota A6 GT and the Subaru BRZ, this is going to be able to take plenty of hard work. We're always going to be able to have a chance to be able to have a good clean race. So this one might be getting close. So this one might be able to have the apex, will might be able to make one landing approach. So this will might help. The apex is your helping guide as your friend. This will might be able to land it in on the nearby spots. So this will might be able to get yourself to be able to have a racing upper hand. Will might be able to take plenty of perfection racing skills. Will might be able to reach up to achieve it. So this is going to be able to take faster lap times. It's going to get everything will be going on for. So this will might be able to take a lot of faster works. Will might be able to take plenty of work. We're always going to keep it up on it. So we're almost there. Going to be able to take a few more turns left to go. This is going to be able to take plenty of few efficiency. We're always going to keep up the sportsmanship rating. We might be able to keep going forward. Alright, getting close. So this is definitely might be able to have plenty of good steering turns whenever we have to do it. So it will always going to be able to take one good oversteer production car. It's going to get everything will go faster. We might be able to catch up. So this is going to be able to take the full stretch. This is going to be a tough one to be able to catch up. Now this is going to be able to take plenty of few distance. So each opponent is definitely might be getting close before reaching up onto the finish line. So looks like this is definitely might be quite giving a lot of risk. So hope everybody did pretty good. So this will might be able to take a lot of practice. Will might be able to keep it together. So this will might be able to have a lot of perfection out there by using the Toyota A6 GT and the Subaru BRZ. So that makes it a 7th place finish by race precision by 2, plus a star on the clean race. So it was definitely might be doing good to be able to have a good record and progress. So do the best you can. So we just want to see some good racing progress out there, folks. So it will take a lot of perfection. We're always going to be able to drive faster. We're always going to keep up. It will might help. So this one might be able to have a good moment to be able to have an encore race. We're always going to be able to take a lot of perfection out there. We're always going to be able to do the best. So we did good job out there, folks. So it was quite pretty challenging. We're always going to make sure to be able to keep on racing. We'll take plenty of perfection. We're always going to be able to race to achieve. For taking one good clean run on Fuji Speedway, we might be able to take plenty of few skills. We're always going to make sure to be able to have a lot of the good improvement. So apologies matters. So gonna make sure that this is gonna be able to take few forgiveness. Will be able to have plenty of mistakes happen all the time. So do the best you can and be very respectful while we're about to be able to have a good race. We're always gonna keep it up. We'll always do the best. Well, that was a very good encore race out there for having a good 1 week race at Fuji Speedway. So it was definitely might be pretty good to be able to keep up. We're always going to be able to have a good clean race by using the Toyota A6 GT or the Subaru BRZ. So this is definitely might be quite very good to be able to have a full part, and also the 2 parts. We're always going to be able to have a different car included as well. So it was pretty good. It was pretty much enjoyable to be able to have a one good returning fan favorite. We're always going to be able to have a one good rivalry race. We're always going to be able to do perfectly. We'll have a good race to enjoy. Alright folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. I'll see you guys next time for continuing on the daily race on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.